All right, Lag Baomer, the 33rd day of the Omer. 3 is a chazakah, right? We have the strength. We have this like 3-3 strength and strength, double strength bringing it down. The strength from Shemayim. And what happened on this day? Why do we celebrate? Many reasons. Can anybody say one?
The food, basically.
Obviously.
Bonfires.
Plague stopped.
The plague stopped.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rabbi Akiva had 24,000 students which died. 5 of them remained alive, and one of them was Rabbi Shimon.
Whoop, whoop, Shimon.
Yeah, he's
Not me.
He's still alive.
You don't look that old.
Somebody- there's a rabbi Shimon there. You look good, though. One day, you look good.
So Rabbi Shimon wrote the Holy Zohar, brought it down from the highest of heavens, and passed away many years later, not during the plague, on the day of Lag Baomer, the day that the plague stopped from the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva. Anybody know why the 24,000 students passed away?
Lashon Hara?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, not specifically Lashon Hara,
That's my
but
boy.
they... What?
That was
He
impressive.
knows his stuff, man. You teach him well.
Taught him everything I know.
Of course.
Remember Island.
Yeah, did you know that Yogi Bear is named after the baseball player?
Veering off. Veering off.
Okay, back to
Very
Rabbi
off.
Shimon.
What did he say? Shit, what did he
What
say
position
again?
did Boo Boo play?
Shortstop.
Short stop. That was good, Larry.
Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rabbi Akiva's students, 24,000 students, passed away during this time, and
Why,
the plague
though?
stopped.
Why?
The
Why?
plague.
Because
They
they didn't have hatred towards each other, but they didn't respect each other's opinions.
So he died for that.
So they didn't respect each other, and since they were on such a high level, even the non-respecting each other was as if they were committing the sin of actual hatred.
Wow.
Yeah,
That comes with the death penalty.
that came for them with the death penalty.
Wow. I
They're
respect
my-
everybody
they're my
here.
drink.
Nice to
A
know.
lot of respect going on here for me.
Just start now.
Yeah, just letting everybody know. Okay, I got respect here for everybody. Okay?
Tons of respect.
Tons.
I respect
Okay?
them.
Yeah,
We should
this
all learn
Feels
from
really
you.
genuine.
Absolutely.
Respect. Except for Ian. He's at a higher level. I got a higher level.
What do you want to know?
Okay.
What did I
Ian,
miss?
I just complimented you. Stay with me.
She's talking about Lag Baomer. No, it wasn't.
All learn from
Laura's
you
is-
respect.
oh, they were
Okay,
talking-
so
Yogi Bear.
we know about the 24th. There you go. We know about the 24,000 students. But yeah, we got to hear music. We'll turn it on in a.
Well, I want to hear this first. It's very
Okay.
We heard about the 24,000 students of who?
Rabbi
Rabbi
Akiva.
Akiva.
Rabbi Akiva.
See, I'm with you. It's very rare for me. actually. Okay, just be aware.
Of Rabbi Akiva. And then what are we celebrating right now besides for the stopping of the death of the 24,000 students?
Something about the Omer.
The Hilula, the yard site of Rabbi Shimon, but we actually call it a Hilula, which is actually a wedding day. We celebrate it as if a wedding day. Rabbi Shimon actually specifically said that that everybody has to rejoice on this day. Specifically, no one is supposed to be sad. You know, the Arizal actually brought one of his students. One of the Arizal students actually would mourn every single day of his life, even Shabbos, even Yontif, even everything. He would say that prayer that we say. He would mourn the destruction of the Holy Temple every
So he
single
wasn't
day.
a very happy
He
person.
was
thought you
not a
weren't
very
allowed to
happy
do that.
person.
Except-
You were not allowed to do that. No, including Lag Baomer. So he actually went with the Arizal on Lag Baomer to visit Rabbi Shimon's kever, and they went and they were davening, and he did his whole morning routine and not morning. And, there you go. O-U-R-N-I-G. And he was saying the prayers of the people who mourn. And when he said that prayer of the morning prayer, the Rabbi Shimon actually came directly to the Arizal and told the Arizal that because he is mourning on this holy and special and happy day, something bad, really bad, is going to happen to him.
Aye.
Oh no. He said that nobody is supposed to mourn on this day, specifically on this day. Not Shabbos, Yom Tov, everything, but specifically on this day, you are not allowed to mourn. And because of his mourning, basically Hashem is going to give him something to mourn about.
Wow.
Later that month, this guy's
I'll give you
later
you
that
something to
month,
cry about.
the Arizal student's son passed away, and he had something to mourn about.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is really
Poor
downer.
Sorry,
story.
I know.
We're not supposed to
I was very happy until you showed up.
She was here before you got here.
My God. Okay. Brighten this up a little bit.
Ah.
So that is a story that we're not supposed to do, and we're supposed to learn from. But I know, dampen the mood.
Too late.
Too late. Okay, what sphere is it today?
It's 33.
33. That's the number. What's the sphere?
Sphere, I screwed up my sphere.
Hod.
Shibahud. Does anybody know what Hod means?
Who, what?
Who, what? Hod. Gratitude. Thanks. Yes.
Rabbi.
Yes.
All right.
Very good. It comes from the word hoda'ah, which means gratitude, thanks. Hod is a sphera that we take a step back and realize the absolute wonder of Hashem, and realize, and we're just in complete awe of Hashem's beauty and grace and amazing splendor.
Amazing Grace?
Amazing grace. There you go. You got all the songs tonight, man.
Hey, for music.
There you go.
No, it's good.
We can break into song right now if you like.
Maybe in a little bit. But so Hod, gratitude, immense gratitude. And it's actually, specifically, we light fires for many reasons connected to Rabbi Shimon and his Agula, the wedding day that he says it is, because it's the wedding of his soul, it's the unification of his soul to above, and above bringing down below. So Hod Shebahod is that gratitude, that complete, utter, immense joy and just realization that everything that we've done, everything that we've accomplished, everything that we do in our lives is all from Hashem, and we're just, thank you. This complete, overwhelming emotion comes over us. So now that I'm speaking about Hod, does anybody know the rest of the sphere that we came onto today? That was from before Hod. What do we start with? Chesed, kindness, right? What's the next one?
Gavura.
There.
Tiferet.
Yes. Gevura is strength. So chesed, we'll go to chesed. Chesed is loving kindness. It's abundance. It's shefa. It's overflow. It's water, actually. It's coming down the right side, the right arm. And it's that flow of goodness, flow of kindness, overabundance, and just continual. It's actually all the right side is the masculine, and all the left side is the feminine aspect. So we have the right side, which is chesed, just that complete giving, that complete chesed, overwhelming kindness, an overflow and abundant kindness. Avraham Avinu. Gevura is strength, restraint. It's the feminine. It's what takes that water and puts the banks on the river to guide it, to continue it, to guide the flow. But what happens when you have too much chesed? All the water dissipates. You can't have too much chesed. It just disappears. And what happens when you have too much gevura? Gevura, it conceals way too much. It closes in. You close in on yourself. You close in on the world, and you're just in this bubble of nothingness. There's no openness to that. But the duality of the two, the unification of the two is there.
Yes, beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. There. It's beautiful because it's that pure. It's beautiful because it's that pure essence of true unity and true uniting the opposites.
How can someone have not too much chesed?
To put boundaries on things.
Yeah, you have no boundaries.
If you
Pleaser.
if you have so much chesed, which is amazing.
Hamas.
There you go. The answer of the night.
No, but like a parent,
Yeah.
if you use too much chesed and not
Gotcha.
enough gevura,
Gotcha.
your
Spare
kid
the rod,
will
spoil the
walk all
child.
over you. They don't learn boundaries, and
It's nice on your back.
right, you need a balance.
You need that balance, exactly. And the boundaries is good. It directs you. If you have a river and you direct it with the banks, then it actually has somewhere it's going.
So setting limits for your children is a good thing.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a pretty big sound. That's pretty strong.
And that is why actually Torah has so many boundaries and laws.
Are you
to
talking
buy
about-
the light of the Torah. Torah is that immense light that we're tapping into, and the reason why there are all these laws is what constrains it and brings it
Jordan
into
walked me to that.
actuality, that we can utilize it within our own lives. So you have the chesed on the right side, which is the masculine side. You have the gevura on the left side, which is the feminine side. The two need that blending, that merging together, which is the tefer, which is the heart, which is blending of the two opposites, and it becomes and creates that beauty. So you have the three tab, chagas, chesed, gevura, tiferes. What's next? Netzach.
Mhm.
Netzach, netzachon. Netzach means eternity, everlasting, but it also means victory. So we have victory, everlasting. It's the right foot. It's Moshe Rabbeinu. It's moving forward. It's going. It's accomplishing. It's doing. We're going, and we're doing this. We're putting our foot in this world, and we're accomplishing miracles and myriads beyond what we could even possibly think that we could do if we set our intentions to it. We have that possibility within us. So we have that netzach, the right foot, persevering, pushing forward, doing. That's the masculine, right? That's the right side again. That's the right foot. And then what's the next spira right after netzach? Hod. Hod is the feminine attribute of netzach. Netzach and hod are always going together. Netzach and hod. Hod is the left foot. So you have right foot, which is the netzach, but which you can't keep on going if you have one foot. You need to have that hod. You need to have that humility, that realization that the only reason why I'm able to accomplish all of these things, the only reason why I'm able to do this, is because Hashem gave me that power and that light on those talents and everything that He has given me in order to do it. And that's that awe, that's that splendor, that's that realization that you come to this point that it's like, wow. And the only thing that you could say is, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, thank you. Thank you for everything that I've done, everything that I do, everything you've given me, every experience in my life that I've grown from. Because even if it's a low experience, even if it's a high experience, every single thing that we do, even if we don't even realize it, we are growing through it, and we are all taking that to the highest point that we need to be where we are in our lives. That takes us to where we need to go. So that's the right foot and the left foot, the netzach and hod. And in Kabbalah it describes and many different aspects and everything basically refers to the Hei Chasadim and the Hei Gevurot. The 5 cheseds and the 5 gevurot. What are the 5 cheseds? What are the 5 gevurot? It's each of the 5 cheseds are chesed, gevurah, tiferes, netzach, and hod of chesed. The 5. The 5
Are we being
gevurot.
tested on this at all?
Yes, there will be a quiz afterwards.
I just don't know. Apparently.
Written and not multiple choice. Yeah.
What dates?
Yeah, just checking it.
Every day.
Okay, just checking.
But when I pick her up from
The
the airport, I
seedless
get this for an hour in my car.
Wow.
So wait, who pays who?
Yeah, exactly. You're such a wealth of knowledge, your parents must be very proud.
Well, I
There we
learned
go.
everything from my father.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Everything I knew, I taught her, yeah.
Wow.
So you have the 5 chasadim, and what are the 5 gevurot? Can anybody give a guess? Chesed, gevurah, tiferes, netzach, and hod.
I was just about to say that.
I know.
Good
You
right
know
at it.
well. You
It's
know
on the
all
tip
this
of your
stuff.
tongue,
This
yeah.
is like basic for you.
It was. I'm learning that now in Tanya.
So that's amazing. So you have the 5. Yes. Say what? And it goes deeper and deeper, but the basics is.
That's why you need to come more often.
So when you have the 5 and the 5, that means you have all of it together. You have the
Wow.
koach, you have the strength, you have the 2 yads, you have the 2 yadayim. You have that koach in order to continue. And what is the continuation? The continuation is Yisod. Yisod is the gathering of all of this light. It's a funnel, literally, taking all of the spheres from above, the intellectual and the emotional, and bringing it down to Malchus. Malchus is the earth. Malchus is the physical reality of everything that we are, everything that we live, everything that's around us. That Malchus is that earth. That's the Malchus is actually connected to the moon, where the moon doesn't have any light of her own, but she gathers all the light and projects it into this world and lights up the night. Literally, I went on a hike on the full moon the other night. It was incredible. You could see. It's like daylight.
You go by yourself on a hike?
No.
So I was going to say, it's not very
Hmm.
safe. But I always thought the moon was like more masculine and the sun was feminine, no?
Opposite.
Opposite.
Exact
Yeah, I
opposite,
wasn't
yeah.
really aware of that. I didn't know that.
There's a lot of confusion about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, apparently.
Suppose there's a whole continuum.
yeah.
Yeah, the Hey Chasadim and Hey Gevurot,
Sun, moon, continuum.
all going through to Hod, and Hod is really referenced a lot as really the last sphera, because as I mentioned, you have Yesod, which is gathering all the sphirot, and then that projects it into Malchus, but the real sphirot are up through Hod. And right now we're celebrating Hod Sheba Hod, which is that gratitude, that splendor, realizing Hashem is everything. Sheba, realizing everything, the gratitude, realizing Hashem is everything. That's that complete, utter, nullification. And that's the day that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai passed away. Does anybody know the story of how Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai passed away?
It's been good.
Actually, it was beautiful.
Well, didn't expect that.
He sits corrected.
I stand. You're right. I was going to stand, but I sit.
It's corrected. Yes, the day that Rabbi Shimon passed away, an entire fire surrounded his house, and he called his closest students. He called his son, Rabbi Lazar, and he told Rabbi Lazar to take notes. To Rabbi Elazar, his son, and he told him to repeat everything that he says, not to take notes. And he called another one of his students to take notes. They were all inside. They gathered into the house, and the house surrounded in fire. And he said, "Who is with me? Who is coming into this realm with me?" So he went for hours and hours while the fire is surrounding the house, and it wasn't just a normal fire; it was a heavenly fire, just like the fire of the sacrifices. So that heavenly fire,
came from above.
yes,
I'm sure it is good.
heavenly fire, and the entire night the sun waited to set, and the entire time he would just teach and teach and teach, and he told his closest disciples that his entire life he wanted to share this Torah. His entire life he's been wanting to, and he's been told by a heavenly voice that he's not allowed to bring these secrets down into the world. And on that night, Hod Sheva Hod, the 33rd day of the Omer, Lag Baomer, tonight, right now,
What is he doing this now?
Sorry, we got some very distracting action over
What
here.
you're doing
he's
all
starting the
distracted.
music already.
Make a noise.
Okay, with the highest level,
At the
now we're
highest
gonna
level.
distracted by turns and meat and fire. My God,
Ian, there's
gosh,
some
we are learning
paprika
about
and
something
some
here.
salt there.
Okay.
You want.
By the way, you want to come over and you can teach me? You smoke cigars? I love to sit and chat like this. I offer a cigar.
And Debbie.
Yeah, not a problem.
exactly.
God, you might learn something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So as we listen to the sizzling fire, we can imagine that fire around Rabbi Shimon's house.
Not very comforting. If you think about it.
But it's a heavenly fire.
I don't know. It's a
Hey,
heavenly
Shimon,
fire.
how high is the alcohol content in the wine? Would it help you put out the fire, or would it go away?
It might burn, yeah.
Oh, wait, there's wine? What? So, this fire surrounded the house. Rabbi Shimon is giving his last talk, and during this time, his son is repeating every single word that he says, and another one of his students is writing it down, and neither of them could look up at Rabbi Shimon because of how bright his face was, just like Moshe Rabbeinu. And the Arizal actually brings down that Rabbi Shimon was a reincarnation of Moshe Rabbeinu. So he
Well,
was,
that's a first. Didn't know that.
Well, it's been going on for a while.
Send that video to me.
that Rabbi Shimon was a reincarnation of Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu was able to bring down the revealed Torah, and Rabbi Shimon was able to bring down the secrets of the Torah. And specifically on this day,
Wow, I didn't know this.
and specifically on this day, was the day that a heavenly boss call told Rabbi Shimon that now is the time that you're able to reveal these secrets.
Heavenly what?
Boss call, a heavenly voice, came down.
Ah.
Wow.
A heavenly voice came down and said that this is the time that you're able to reveal these secrets. So up until the moment of his death, of his, not even death, he's rising up to the next world. like this angelic figure at this point. He was just saying words of Torah. And at the moment that he said the word Chaim, life,
Oh, she said light.
he said life.
Let there be light.
That too. And the moment that that looks good. The moment that Rabbi Shimon said the word life, that these are the secrets to a good and wholesome life, that was when he passed away.
Wow.
Isn't that
And no one in the house was worried about the fire surrounding the outside of the house. They weren't worried about
So
that.
afterward, they took his briar, they took him, and he actually, once they lifted it up, it lifted itself up and flew over as they were walking and escorting him.
Incredible story.
To Meron.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Mayron.
Rabbi Shimon was how many years in a cave? Learning how many years in a cave? Before this incident.
A long time.
A lot.
Anyone know how many years?
13?
Yes. But first, it was 12.
That was your boy, dude.
It was 12 years, and then after 12 years, he and his son, Rabbi Lazar, left the cave. But both he and his son, anything that they would look at would just incinerate because they would see. They were. Can you imagine being immersed in a cave with Rabbi Shimon, just bringing down all of the holiest Torah and light and everything, and then going out into the real world? Like, what is this? This is the physicality, immersed in physicality. So everything that they looked at burned up and incinerated. And so Hashem said that, actually from another angel, another gospel, came down and said, you have to go back into the cave one more year. So we went back into the cave one more year. And the secret of the 13th year is that there are 12 gates of prayer. And 12 gates of many things corresponding to each of the tribes. There are 12 gates of prayer, and each of the shvatim, each of the tribes, would have a specific gate in which they would go. So when they emerged the first time, they had accomplished all 12, and then that was conveniently when the emperor died, and then he was able to go out. So he went out, but it wasn't enough. He couldn't just reach that 12. He had to go one more for that 13th year, for that 13th gate. And now the Arizal brings down that the prayer that we have, the Arizal, the Chabad davening, the prayers that we say, Nisachari, is actually that 13th gate. That is for everybody, not just the 12 tribes, but it's for any convert who doesn't know their tribes, or anybody who doesn't know their specific tribe, their specific path. It's all encompassing. So they went back into that gate, that 13th year, to access that all-encompassing light. And then from there, then they were able to understand and see the physical reality of this world and incorporate it in and bring their own light into the physical reality. So that was the secret of the 13th. There's an interesting secret of growing hair. Why do we not cut our hair during Sphira?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Right? I mean, it's a time of, this is a complete, rabbit hole of non sequiturs, but it's a cool little fact. Growing the hair during these 49 days, the hair is connected to Keter, crown, from the above world of, I'm going to say Arichantin, but it's the long face, so to speak. And this hair, our own hair, has such holiness that as we're growing it out during these 49 days, it's going through Sphira and Sphira and Sphira and Sphira. And as we're going through these 49 levels of Sphiras on our own path, our own journey, and taking into account every single thing that we're growing from and learning from in our own emotional attributes, that hair is coming down. This it's like a lifeline coming down from the highest world, like a rope, like a chavel, like a rope coming down 49 levels all into the physical reality and the physical world. And then after Shavuot, we're able to cut it again because we've accessed that light, that rope, that highest point. So we're now on the 33rd day of accessing this rung of the ladder, Hod Shabbat. Can anybody tell me the gematria of Hod? Hey, Vav, and Dalet.
Yeah, I don't know it all.
15. 15. Very good.
Always wanted to be teacher's pet.
Smart.
Hey, Vav Dalet, yeah.
I'm going on many tangents, but they're all connected to all the things. So, Hod 15. 15 in Hebrew is Yud and He, which is Hashem's name, right? Yud corresponds to the intellectual attribute of Chachma, that first spark of wisdom, the first, well, the first sphera of Chabad, right? Chachma bin Adah. So it's that first spark of wisdom. That's the Yud. The He corresponds to Bina, and that's the Bina is understanding. It's taking that He and bringing it into understanding. And Kabbalistically, they're called Abba and Ima, mother and father. And Abba and Ima never separate. They give this beautiful protection. So right now, Hod Behold, we have that holiest and highest protection double squared. Hod Behold is 15 and 15 squared. And what is that?
225.
What?
225 is
Yeah.
15 squared, yeah.
So 15, there's also 15 words, there's so many references and connections to 15 in Torah and prayer and everything else. Birkas Kohanim has 15 words, and it's accessing a level of protection, and this is that level of protection that we're accessing. Anyway, I'm going on, but these are so many beautiful, holy, beautiful points that we could connect to on this high day. The fire that we burn for Rabbi Shimon is in commemoration of that fire that surrounded his house, but also the fire that encompasses within our souls. It's that burning. It represents that burning passion for Torah and continually rising, that desire to continually rise up and access the highest lights. And this is the day that we're able to do so. So may we be able to tap into this this essence and this power, and with the holiness of a Kadosh Baruch Hu brought down through Rabbi Shimon, and bring his memory into blessing and celebrate it in our homes, in our lives, in our years, and everything else.
Yeah. Amen, amen. Yeah.
I understand why you're not a teacher. I don't get it. You're like hidden away in this palace, and in the abyss of the bottom of this palace somewhere. You know, making these most amazing things. But you're not teaching.
I am. I do. I lecture. At events and things like that. Yeah.